Hi, this is Brittany, and this is my reflection of Chapter 6 of Wes Fryer's Playing with Media. The first thing that I learned from this chapter was about video practices, where the chapter sort of discussed different things to be aware of when a teacher is sharing videos with his or her class. And the first thing that really stuck out to me was the book said to use shorter clips, which makes sense because we absorb things better in short bursts than big chunks of information. But the book sort of just reaffirmed that for me, and they said even like as long as 15 minutes is a little bit too much, which I did not know. And they said that the book said that in order to get the students sort of to stop and absorb information, the clip should be at least like about 3 minutes long at most, because that's the most that our brains can kind of handle in one giant burst. And then another thing to consider for video practices is pre-video questions. Basically, if you're going to show a video about your content area, you should have some discussion questions, or some prompts rather, ready before you start the video so students will know what to look for when you show the video and not be going in there blind. Another thing to consider is the video reliable to access? I know sometimes that YouTube videos get taken down a lot, and I've had teachers here who've had links to YouTube videos on their slideshow or presentation or whatever, and then they go and click on them and they're gone, which sometimes isn't the fault of them checking it, sometimes it is. Just something to be aware of, always have a backup plan. And also be wary of downloading the videos, because there is some copyright issues in there that the book does say this. And also something to be aware of is if you are uploading or rendering your own videos, you should sort of include that into your prep time and be aware that that is going to take a considerable amount of time. Something else that I learned from this chapter was about no-edit videography, and it was interesting that this would be a valid project for students to undertake. And Wes Fryer said that no-edit videos are better because they're more realistic. The content, it's solely the content. You're not focusing on any fancy editing, and time constraints are always against you, and resources. So this enables all the students to be able to be a part of it in an equal, very easy fashion, so you can get really at the meat of the discussion or whatever content. And which I thought was interesting that he suggested this one over editing, because we're sort of told in schools to have high quality products, and to be suggested that this is actually a better option when you do have these resource constraints, or if just for the sake of the content. It was really interesting to have this sort of suggested in the book, so I thought that I should note that. Another thing that I learned from this chapter was about screencasting, which is something I had encountered by watching Khan Academy videos, but never had considered outside of that, or really sort of delved into how that works. And I would be interested to try it myself in my own classroom, for absent students, or as a product option, or maybe just for students who need one-on-one time, and the like. But anyway, I learned that it's basically where you're taking the screen and recording it, but you're also, you have a screen image, or an image, or whatever, and you have a picture of it, and you're able to record you sort of being able to highlight or circle or write certain things, which Khan Academy does, but this book sort of put it into perspective, and how easy it is actually to use, which I didn't think it was. So it's nice to know that that option is available to my classroom. And lastly, the thing that I learned was being able to manage student videos, which is something that I've sort of had a concern with, is, well, if I have a YouTube channel that everybody can edit, or a wiki, then how am I to know that something won't get deleted in the shuffle, or kids won't take the opportunity to write something there that doesn't need to be there, so on and so forth. Um, like, how do I sort of be proactive against that? Not so much mistrusting the kids, but it's bound to happen. So I learned from this book that there is another way of managing student videos, which is basically having a base, sort of or a middleman, as it were, sort of online web tool that you could share video. You can upload the videos to that, and then it will go to a YouTube channel or a Vimeo channel, or whatever sort of video hosting site that you're using, which I think is quicker and easier, and the videos are compiled and there, and there's no sort of risk of a student going in there, maybe deleting somebody's work because they had an argument or whatever. It's just a safer way to make sure that all the videos are there and it's compiled and easy, and only the teacher has access to it. Throughout this whole thing, I was thinking about how I would use videos in my classroom, and like right off the bat in lesson 1 of my Civil War unit, I am planning to use a clip from the movie Gettysburg to sort of hook the class into thinking about the Civil War and why the reasons it was fought, what are the reasons that it was fought, excuse me. And I think that's a good start, but I would very much like to incorporate more video technology, because I feel as though, like I said, with screencasting especially, it could be a tool not just for learning or for the students to reflect on their learning or to show their learning. It would be a good tool to help deepen students who have troubles learning, sort of like the Blackboard teacher help tool, or there's an economics site that I used last semester, that where you press the button and a teacher would be able to basically iMessage you and see the problem that you're working on, and they would be able to help you. So, I mean, technologies like that, I think, video technology has a lot to say in that, helping students while they're doing their homework, or just sort of expanding the lesson, or helping students that are absent would be a good thing to use these for. And I think just overall that I would strive to use, no edits, shortly edited videos, screencasting if I can figure it out, and all these managing tools that the chapter talked about, I will definitely use. I mean, I recorded this video once already, and I had a hard time sort of trying to transfer the file. It was sort of a learning experience anyway about managing videos and how to get them so other people can see them and I can share it with my teacher. So I've been on both sides of this now, or at least one side of it. I hope to be on the other side one day. And so yeah, I hope to use videos in the future, and I think that they are a great tool. And I had fun despite my difficulties with this. So that's my reflection for Chapter 6, videos of Wes Fryer's Playing with Media.